live and we're recording. We're talking about the. I know now I can't say it. Now you guys have got me all effed up.
About the Barilli?
The Barilla I got, but Barillas?
Yes.
Right.
But yes, but then the plural.
I gotta roll my R. What if I can't? What if I don't have a tongue that rolls an R? What do I do?
Do it like a D. Marias.
Like
a D.
Okay.
That's true, actually. Well, we reply to almost anything at this point. We've heard a number of pronunciations. So.
I'm one of those people that I reply to pretty much anything too.
Yeah.
So here we are zooming again. Happy 2022.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Yay.
Woo. As my daughter said one time when I gave her a present, woo. I zoomed out on her on that, to say the least. It's like, oh, you little effer. Anyways, yes, I said it twice, Amanda. Bad language on, this is new 2022.
This is 2022.
This is 2022. Bad language on Zoom. Here we come.
This is the effing year.
Oh, man. Like I said, when I was in the green room a little bit, it's like, I thought that like, kind of, I was, the new variants and stuff had me concerned, obviously, and kind of, what are we going to do? But there was part of me that was just sort of like, it's a new year, let's go. And then Friday hit, and it was just sort of like, I got slapped with a couple things. I was just like going, okay, maybe we aren't starting off the year with such a bang.
Well, this is coming.
When isn't Mercury in retrograde?
It just seems like it's all the time.
I think it's a perpetual thing. Because
I think it's an excuse for bad behavior.
I think it's just perpetual now. I think it's always in retrograde. Okay, we've chatted enough. Let's get to some book recs. It's going to go Amanda B, Gabe, Amanda Q, and I'll fill in with something. I don't know what I'll talk about. So Amanda B, take it away. Unmute yourself first. Oh, I forgot to screen share. Hold on. Let me 2022 and I still don't have my act together. So there you go. No excuses here, everybody. Okay. Did I do it?
Am I good?
Yes. Yep.
I'm good. All righty, everybody. So all my books, just an FYI, are coming out tomorrow. So first up, we have Anthem from Noah Hawley. So we are super excited to have Noah's newest book. And so what this book is, it is something strange is happening across the US with teenagers, and it's running through memes. So we have Simon, and he is at an anxiety center, and he is dealing with the passing of his sister. He ends up breaking out and joins two people, a woman named Louise and a man they call the Prophet, on a quest to figure out what is going on with the world. So it is fun. It is adventureful. Noah's last book did phenomenally well for us. So yeah, this comes out tomorrow, and Warwick's will have signed copies tomorrow of this. So yay.
Ooh, fantastic. And yeah, Before the Fall was absolutely a Warwick's. You can stop. There we go. There we're back. Before the Fall was absolutely a Warwick's. We championed that one pretty good. That was really good. So yeah, looking forward to this one. This should be a good one.
Super excited. Everybody I've talked to is super excited and cannot wait to have this hit the shelves tomorrow. So yeah, we're starting the year off with a bang for sure.
Okay, I've got to make some comments to to the Beths that are on here. Happy New Year, both of you. Thank you for joining in as always. And Beth Doherty, wasn't the anomaly so good? She just finished it before we got on to tea time. So Amanda Q, you and I are both on the same page on that one, right? It's just so well done. I love that book. All right, enough about me and about us. Go ahead, Gabe.
So I'm going to start off with New Year, New You stuff. Not really. It's really more of a family affair cooking. Once again, Donna Hay. It's a Donna Hay book because it's a really striking package. I think she started off as like a food stylist, or she has some kind of food stylist background. But she's blew up taking her own photos, creating her recipes. she was used to really do some really complex stuff back in the early days, and you needed all these little pens, and it was quite the production to create a Donna Hay meal, which is great for certain occasions. But more and more, Donna's books have been leaning more towards the everyday, more simplified cooking. Everybody's busier. You know, you're running in from your latest coronavirus scare, and you're a little out of whack, and you don't have time to really throw in a gourmet meal or create a bunch of stuff. So what Donna's bringing us here is one pan perfect, fresh, fast, and no fuss, delicious. Basically, you know, one dish meals that you can cook in one pot, and get you a nice. We just bought a new stove, and we use it like every day. It's like the right size for everything, for everyone in the house. So there is a something here for everybody. Basic, you know, chicken, some vegetables, your basic kind of casserole dishes, and then things that are a little more inspired and tasty and herbaceous than the old Campbell's soup, kind of mushroom soup in or some green beans in a casserole. You know,
with the onions on top.
Yeah, exactly. Which is so good. I hate to say about some of my
I
things.
know. It's something about that bad stuff that's like, I don't know, it tastes really good though.
You know, it's what you grew up. It's what you grew up with. For a little, you need some texture, as we've learned watching all these TV food shows. I need some crunch on that. It was good, except. Anyways, that's what Donna is doing lately, and as always, it's terrific. Everything's been really super tested, and we are excited again to have a new Donna Hay book. It's a big fat one, big satisfying, and like I said, it's the kind of thing that is not going to it's not going to go away. It's just, you know, you got small dish, you know, small group, big group. She's got you covered. So we're always
Donna Hay's always, I mean, her cookbooks are always a thing to celebrate, but it's like, it's a takeoff of the one, like the pan cooking, you know, that single sheet that people do.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's sort of the same kind of idea, it sounds like.
Yeah, you know, you know, you've seen those one dish casseroles, kind of things, and they used to be, you know, again, kind of mushroom soup was the base for a lot of those things, as I recall.
I don't know, somebody told me once. All right, Amanda Q, you got something for us?
You're muted, girl.
Yeah, sorry, I have too many windows open. I'm also going to ask to share screen in a second, Julie.
Oh, you can. No, once I put it for everybody can do it.
Okay, cool. I'm doing something a little different. There are these huge, like 700-page books that I'm super interested and excited in for the new year, and that's great. But my attention span these days is that of a gnat. So I want to talk about small books. I love small books about nonfiction that are in series. They're these perfect little glimpses into subjects from experts that aren't necessarily exhaustive, but they're great to dip into. And I first started noticing them with Oxford. They do the very short introduction series that has like hundreds of books in it now and all these different subjects. Today I wanted to mention MIT Press's Essential Knowledge series. So one of them that I have is on irony and sarcasm. And they describe them, they have a nice little write-up. The MIT Press Essential Knowledge series offers accessible, concise, beautifully produced, pocket-sized books on topics of current interest. So I will share my screen here. So we have quite a few at Warwick's, in stock right now. Genders, critical thinking, the
Your screen's
internet
not shared, so we're still just seeing us.
It's not the worst thing.
I know, I'm kind of.
How's that?
Yeah, we can see. Yep.
Okay. We have genders, critical thinking, the internet of things, deconstruction, phenomenology, behavioral insights. There are tons of them, and they're all on super interesting topics, and they're tiny. They're so pleasing. You have all this knowledge that you can just put in your palm and take with you. It's awesome. So I wanted to, in general, talk about the whole series, and specifically I've got Irony and Sarcasm, which is a lot of fun. And
I'm thinking I need that one. Just saying.
So look at the cover, the little winky eye.
I love it.
And then on the back, it just says, a biography of two troublesome words.
I love it. Do you take off?
Yeah.
You want me to take you off screen share?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Here we go.
I think I got it there. Cool.
Those sound really good. They look like they're a
great.
cool little package too. I like just
Yeah.
the black. I like how simple it is. It looks really good.
Yeah, and there's something, I mean, once you have some, you want to collect them. It's kind of like Pokemon.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, thanks, Beth. Yeah, it does look like a really interesting series. I love it. I love I love both our Beth comments on Facebook. So thank you both. All right, Amanda B. I don't really have anything to talk about because everything that I'm reading is not coming out till the future. I've read some good stuff, but I'm gonna wait. Talk about it when it comes out. Oh, you're on mute, Amanda.
My apologies. They are doing some gardening out my window, so I'm gonna do this quick while they moved away. So I'm cheating a little bit. I'm doing a little bit of a twofer, but it's kind of the same book. So we have Beyond Possible, which is the adult version right here, and then we have the junior novelization, the young readers edition right here, Beyond Possible. So these are coming from National Geographic, and there actually is a show that you can stream from Disney Plus through Nat Geo about this guy. So Nims Dai Perget, and I am sure I butchered that, so my apologies profusely for my pronunciation. But
because he's watching this.
Yes. Anybody though, I'm just, I know
I
what
hear,
it's like
hear,
to have a name butchered, so I do my best.
I butcher. I'm the worst, Amanda. I am absolutely the worst on names.
So he is an extraordinary mountaineer, and he holds the record for scaling all peaks over 8,000 meters in just a little over 6 months, so almost 7 months, with the previous record having been 7 years. So he is a phenomenal gentleman. He is from Nepal, and so this book just talks about who he is and how he came to be this exquisite mountaineer. I think it is a fabulous story. The really great thing about this is that we have both the adult and the young readers version coming out simultaneously. So it's a great family read. Adults can read the adult version, kids can read the young readers version, and you can have a really great family discussion and get together and watch the Nat Geo special on his summiting. So definitely a great read and a really great way to start off the year with nice cold mountains.
I love that. I love that. And the twofer is absolutely okay on that. More bang for our buck.
It's valid on that one. It's valid on that one.
It was pretty valid on that.
I was about
one.
to throw my red flag out there.
No,
Right?
but that was that. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I nailed it.
No fouls called on that one. That was a good one. I don't know, Gabe. You've been guilty of some little flag. We might have had to throw some flags at you. What? What? All right. What's next?
I figured if it's in between the allotted time.
Get in what we can.
Yeah, he's quite the mountaineer. He's climbed like all 8,000 meter peaks, and
14 of them. 14
he's climbed
of them.
all 14 of them. And there's that 14 Peaks movie on Netflix, which I've been wanting to watch.
But doesn't that like mess up your body too? I mean, it's when you spend like that much and like that altitude and stuff. I mean, it really is like really hard on your body. I mean, more than just.
He's from Nepal though. He's built for that.
Yeah, they're built for that.
It's crazy how you read about the Sherpas that continue to help haul people's stuff up there while the $50,000 people are walking up with a
right
bottle
with
of water.
Basically their sticks.
Yeah, and their water bottle.
Yeah.
And then these men are carrying these big packs and loads and ups and ladders and setting up ropes for them.
Yeah,
it's a crazy life, but he's beyond the Sherpa thing.
Meanwhile, we're here in San Diego in 60-degree weather, like shivering.
Dying.
Got my sweats on.
It's
Got my sweats
cold.
on.
Thank God we don't have altitude.
Yeah, we were such babies.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn, Gabe.
Oh man, I'm just sitting
It's
here
coming around quick.
taking in the airs. So my next book is a something from our Harper Via line, which I keep talking about and I keep bringing up, and it is our works in usually interpretation. They're interpretation in translation. We are scouring the globe, and honestly, like you've heard me say it before, really some really wonderful literature from around the world that we discovered through this imprint. Some really amazing stuff. And here we have a first-time writer with it's a novel with a realistic bent to it. It's a first novel, and it got a starred book list review. I really love this package because it is all about Hurricane Maria, and Javier Navarro Aquino is just writes this really amazing lyrical novel about what it was like being there. So, you get all the physical power of the hurricane, and then the damage, you really feel the damage that's been done to the country, and as it's, basically leveled. And then you start getting kind of a Lord of the Flies feel, as every man for himself. You have that group of people. You have the people that are very humanitarian, the very humane givers. You have this I would hate to see something like this happen. I could just see all these people that have been hoarding guns. No one's hoarding food, but they're hoarding guns, or they'll eat me. So you see these kind of various groups of citizens, and how everyone reacts differently to a situation. But just really an amazingly told story. And of course, underlying everything is the politics of the time, and what a messed up government we existed in, and we inflicted ourselves on. We basically really overlooked Puerto Rico on the help fund, on the help side, and we were taken for a bunch of money on the electrical grid. It's just this huge mess with the politics and the administration at the time that were created. With very, very little help. So all that comes around. The book is littered with English and Spanish text. Trusting the reader to engage with the language. And Puerto Rico, it's it's like San Antonio, parts of LA. People speak in English and Spanish, and it's very interchangeable. So I'm really excited to present this. I mean, one of those I've been wanting to present, and I really love this jacket because I think it's really a cool jacket.
It's a really great jacket. I mean,
and the book on the left is the book in Spanish. And
okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Yeah.
Okay.
So
we're doing it, and I wanted just to point out that we are doing this simultaneously in English and Spanish. And if you have a Spanish audience, it'd be a really good one.
Hurricane, I mean, it was, and like you said, it's like the corruption, it's just.
They just took the hit, they took the hit of all the corruption. They took the hit of the lack of help.
I mean, it's bad enough that you have a natural disaster that occurs that is so horrific. But then when people exacerbate it with just, that corruption, it's just, and what's going on there now, it's just like.
Yeah. I mean, they're still, they're still picking up the pieces 4 years later.
Yeah.
So velorio means wake.
Ah. Okay.
So when somebody passes away, you go to the velorio, you have some coffee and pan dulce afterward, do a rosary or two.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds really good. Is it how big is it a full size, like 300? Is it a small one?
It's it's a full size novel, but it's not. It's not.
So it's like a 300 pager.
Like 200. Yeah, it's like a little less than 300.
Okay.
It's maybe like 90,000 words.
Okay. Perfect. A good story arc.
Yeah, it's got a good story arc. It's not it's not super small. It's just about 300, 275, 272, something like that. Whatever the signature is.
Okay. Perfect.
I can't do that kind of math.
Me either. That's why I'm in books. Okay. Okay, Amanda, Q, what do you got for us?
All right, another tiny book. this was actually one I was thinking about for our favorite books of all time.
Hmm?
So this, but it was a little bit of a weird one. It's an oddball. So this is one of my favorite books,
Oh.
Elements of Style. I'm so weird about this book that whenever I see them out in the wild, like I just take it because I want to be able to hand out copies to people if need be. I have like this fantasy of like being on the airplane and someone yells, "Is there a literature major on the plane? We need help with grammar or syntax."
Grammar.
And I'll
Where do I
proudly
put
whip
this
one of these
comma?
out. Yes. Well, let's not get into Oxford commas. So we have this edition in the store in paperback. So The Elements of Style is by William Strunk Jr. and E.B. White, who we know from writing Charlotte's Web, the classic children's book. And it's just a wonderful book about writing. And even though it's prescriptive, it also, and it gives us rules about how we should write, it also somehow manages to be forgiving at the same time it's rigorous. And it's not, the charm about this book is not just the content, but how it's conveyed. There's a chapter about misused words, for example, and I read this and I laugh every time. He talks about the word thrust. This showy noun, suggestive of power, hinting of sex, is the darling of executives, politicos, and speechwriters. Use it sparingly. And also, I'm going to share my screen. There is an amazing edition that we can order easily that was illustrated by Myra Coleman. And it's got these fantastic illustrations. It's so great. I'm waiting for the day someone gives me this as a gift. This one here. He noticed a large stain right in the center of the rug. That's what it's illustrating. So you see the person in the middle of the, anyway.
Bleeding out.
Yeah. So it's just basically so strange. Like the illustrations are so weird, but it's perfect for this book because talking about language is so weird, and language is a shifting, evolving thing, and saying you have to do certain things with language, it's valuable, but also very strange. So anyway, that's The Elements of Style by Strunk and White, one of my favorite books.
Love it.
Very tiny. You get a paperback edition. It's so tiny and so fun to have along with you.
That book has made that's the book that makes every move you ever make in your life. It gets in the boxes. You dump a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Your Strunk and White goes with you wherever you go.
Yeah. And I love this weird old edition. I love the typography. There's so many different editions of it. Anyway.
So what do in the change of the editions, do they change where you put the comma? Because aren't we in a big like debate on how to use freaking commas right now?
No, I don't think they mess with it too much. But
most people have trouble with a comma.
I hate the comma.
Like I hate the most basic.
I
hate the semicolon.
Semicolons. That's a whole other discussion. Semicolons.
Did you say you hate semicolons?
I used to know where to put commas.
I don't get the semicolon. Always like throws me off. I occasionally use them, and it's like,
aren't they just supposed to be used in to connecting two statements? Is that the semicolon?
They're definitely abused a lot. I can see why you would dislike them, Gabe.
Yeah, that's it's always like, damn, I got a semicolon that. I don't think I'm good enough.
I don't think I have the nerve. I don't think I have the nerve enough.
Nobody misses a semicolon.
Because somebody out there will correct you.
Right.
Because they'll just feel compelled to correct you.
Or you look dumb because you didn't look at your Strunk and White.
I love it. Okay, Amanda, take us home with a lightning round.
Yay! So my last book that we have in Every Generation by Kendare Blake. She is a phenomenal writer, and she is now writing a brand new series in the Buffy universe, which is super exciting. So all you Buffy fans out there, here you go. So this book is actually a whole new generation. So we have Willow's daughter, we have Oz's kid, and together they're going to join forces. The new Sunnyvale is under attack again. And so she, Frankie, Willow's daughter, discovers that she's a little bit strong and she's kind of got to figure out what's going on here. So it's super exciting to see this beloved series continue. And everybody that I know is super excited. I love Kendare's previous books. They were always fabulous. She's been great in everything she's written. So for her to come to the Buffy series world is just a perfect fit. And we're going to have a lot more books coming, so keep an eye out for those. But yes, this one out tomorrow. Young adult, my apologies, I should mention that it is a young adult title, but definitely for that crossover adult, any Buffy fan is going to love this and want this, so definitely get it.
Perfect. I love that. Bring back Buffy. But I think you've got a whole swath of adults that will be buying that because of being fans of that series.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think this
Yep.
is definitely, this is going to cross generations for sure. A lot of new Buffy fans coming
Right.
to it, and the old Buffy fans that are, still loving this series. It's still a very strong, powerful series. So
Love it.
Yep.
All right, Gabe, bring us home. Ooh,
We also
you're
publish.
like, you're
we've
like
also
looking like a
published
little
Kindle.
you've got an angel thing going on with your
My window on the west is a west facing window here, so I always have to draw the blinds as the sun sets.
you kind of have an ethereal sort of
Angelic.
I was like, Julie, don't, why would you add like that kind of wording to him at this moment? He's going to take it and run with it.
Right? Like very angelic.
Don't hate.
Don't hate.
So we also published Kendare Blake. We blew her up with the Three Dark Crowns series.
Okay.
Young adult stuff. She's really good fantasy writer.
Yeah.
And that Buffy thing is really, it's always, that
Always
Buffy
good.
audience will not die.
No, but it's good.
It's good. So Cry Wolf is the latest from Hans Rosenfeld. And a lot of you might not know who Hans Rosenfeld is, but he is the creator of, remember that TV show called The Bridge, which it got picked up in a lot of, not picked up, it got created in a lot of countries. There was the original, which was a bridge between like Finland and Stockholm and Sweden, and but anyways, one of those countries abutting. And then there was the one done in the US, which was the southern border, a bridge crossing the Rio Grande across our southern border. I think
Yes.
and I think there was a French, the tunnel. I think that might have been the Brit version. Anyways, it's taken off all over the world. Also, the TV show Marcella. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's on Netflix. First season was really, really good, I thought. So he is, he's a movie guy. He's a TV guy. Writes a really quick-paced book, and this is a paperback original. It's on sale tomorrow. All these books are on sale tomorrow, by the way, that I'm presenting. So it's a paperback original, and it's the kind of thing, if you've been binging any of the shows, any of the Scandinavian shows on Netflix or BritBox, I mean, we watched a bunch, and this is like, it's right there. There's a drug deal gone wrong. They find a wolf with human remains in its stomach, and things are starting to percolate in this little town, and suddenly a beautiful deadly assassin comes on the scene. So it's just loaded. I think the jacket is like really perfect.
It's a really good jacket.
Yeah, you've seen the scenes, it's gonna, that if you've seen any of those shows, it's very visual. I think for me it was, at least, maybe because I've seen so many of these set in Scandinavia, and this, what's going on, and the drugs and the murders, and It just makes for a lot of fun. Just a real
And,
pickup.
perfect time of year for it. I mean, I love reading these kind of books, especially when it's in the middle of winter and it's just, you know, it's cold outside too. Creeps you out a little bit.
Creeps you out
like
a little
when-
bit. Yeah. It's dark for people who like the dark books, and it's the beginning of a series, so we'll see more. But you know, this is somebody who can really write and writes really pacey, and I think sometimes that's what you need. You just need to get into, you know, I present a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
I grew up reading for fun, you know, so it's escapist. I didn't learn in high school to read. I didn't learn like, oh, a book is a valuable thing. It was like, it was always for fun, you know. So
well, there's always different moods that we're in for reading. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want that, oh, I want a piece of literary fiction. And sometimes you just want to, like right now, I just picked up a Grant Ginder book, which is just this funny, like, you know, so you just whatever mood you're in.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's why we have so many books in our houses, because you know, you never know what you want to read.
Never know what you want to read. And
So
this one looks
paperback
good.
original, I can sit around for a couple of months. You're not going to miss it too much. When you get it, it'll be a lot of fun.
I love it. I mean, it reminds, like I said, it's like that time of year when it's cold, it's winter. It's like when Smell a Sense of Snow came out, you know.
Oh yeah.
I still remember reading that. It was cold and it was like, oh, that was
a really good one.
Yep. That was one of the original Scandinavian sort of.
That was the original. His second book was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But Smilla was, and then that ending in Smilla was kind of way out, but it was cool. But I learned so much about the native, you know, people in that area.
Right. That you didn't even think about. Yeah. Oh,
they got the same issues we do with the Aboriginal population, you know.
Right.
It's, same abuses, land taken away, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And you know, when you're not in the middle of living it, it's like you don't think about it with other countries. But that was a good book. That was a
really good book.
All right, Amanda, take us home with your lightning round, my friend.
Okay. I like what you said about just having books around, Gabe, for when it's the time. I saw something in my doom scrolling that was talking about how some people who aren't necessarily book people look at book people and say, why would you buy another book? You have so many you haven't read already. And it's because your home library is like a wine cellar.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
I really liked that comparison.
You walk through and it's just like, today I'm going to read. I got like 3 Andrea Camilleri books and like 4 pennies that I picked up galleys that I haven't caught up to yet. But when I get there, I'll have them. You know,
you'll have them. Exactly.
And stuff like that.
And when you want to read, you're in the mood to it for it. It's like you want it like right then too.
Right then, exactly.
It's like I am not waiting. I want it now. So I should take a tour of my hoarding book stacks someday. I'll do a little video. No.
Oh, that'd be cool.
No, it's a mess. I'm a hoarder. You should see all the books I have.
Nah, somebody will send help.
I know. My husband would appreciate it. Trust me. He's like, I'm gonna die in here if there's an earthquake. Like, oh well.
Oh my gosh, hoarders! A whole book edition.
Yeah, we could.
Hoarders. It's a risky take with books. All of your precarious stacks. Ever an earthquake? Never making it out alive.
Crushed.
All right, take us home, Amanda. What's your lightning round?
Okay. This is a little bit of a cheat, but it's still somewhat small books. So this is a very old edition of a book in a series by Taschen that is still in print, and we have tons of them at Warwick's. This one I have it's from 2005, the edition, Alchemy and Mysticism. This is just one of them. These are beautifully illustrated books about different subjects, and they now make these as $20 hardcovers, and they're chunky, but whenever someone would come into Warwick's looking for a gift for someone and didn't really have a great idea, but generally knew what the person was into, I would very often show them these books because they're amazing packages, and for only $20, like amazing gift books. So sharing a screen here again.
How do they do that? You know, they got the $2,500 book, and then they've got
it's wild,
right? Book that's really full colors.
Yeah, their packaging is always spot on.
Yeah,
but their price ranges are they're huge. Just like,
it's wild.
So this is the series on Tashin's website, and there are so many topics, and they're all just gorgeous. And you can just well, sorry, there's some naughty ones.
Yeah, no kidding. There, go
Like
scroll back.
there's a
Yeah,
doggo, you know, so many different subjects, something for everybody. So I love this series. They just continue to make beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
books that you can park on your coffee table and enjoy for a long, long time.
Perfect. Beth's on here saying, yes, we should have a hoarding stack party and show everybody's hoarding stacks. So I'll take pictures of our I'm so bad that I put bookcases like in the spare rooms, behind the in the closets, like behind the clothes, there's like bookcases.
Wow, good idea.
It's a really great place. It's like the room looks really neat, and then you open the closet, and like if you peer behind the clothes, it's like, oh my god.
Marie Kondo's nightmare.
Oh, so as soon as she said that, I had to say,
25
I don't
books,
like.
something like that?
Yeah,
I
out
was
Marie
like-
Kondo. Yeah,
That's
No.
the bedside stack,
right.
or the
Exactly.
bedside stack and the living room stack combined, maybe, or something.
Yeah, I was like, Marie Kondo's out, in my opinion. Okay, everybody. We have an event this week. I guess with Julia Kelly. I think it's at noon. So if you are 1 p.m. So if you're not doing anything around 1 on Thursday, come and join us for that. We'll be here next Monday again. Another great week. I think there's some good stuff coming. Gabe, was notes on execution coming next week or the week after? I think it's the week after.
I thought it was February 22nd.
Oh, is it? Okay, I could be way wrong. Okay.
I
Well, whatever. I'm so excited to talk about it. I can't wait till it comes out. I'll have to look.
yeah, you know what? I will tell you right now, real quick.
Okay. It's so good. It's
It's January 25th, not February 25th.
okay. So a
So,
few
yeah.
more weeks. Okay, I gotta
Few more
move on a
weeks.
little bit. Okay. I'll wait. Damn it. I mean, I'm in that mode again where I'm not reading anything that's like out right now. Everything I'm reading is like so far out. So it's hard to kind of retrain my brain to go back and find things that are coming out in the next couple weeks. So we'll have stuff for you guys. So have a good week, everybody. And thanks everybody for tuning in. And we'll see you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye all.
Oops, wait a minute. I don't know what I just did, but I did not do what I wanted to do. So we're still on. So don't say anything that you wouldn't want live on Facebook or, okay, now we're done.